Now, long ago, but not so long ago, there was a town named Greentopia. It was a huge town. This was a huge town where all the people lived close by. Every day, all the elder people would come together in a park and talk to each other, and all the children would go to school together and then come back, complete their homework, and come to the park and play together. They all lived very happily in Greentopia. And in this small town, there were three best friends. Have been together since they were very little. And they have gone to the same school, they go to the same tuition, and they even go to play together. Now, to meet the first best friend is Olive. She says, "Hello everyone, my name is Olive. I am 8 years old and I love eating olives. Can we all say hi to Olive?"
Hi. Hello, Olive.
Right, and next up we meet the next best friend, that is Prithvi. "Hello everyone, my name is Prithvi. I am 8 years old. I love the earth and I also love skating." Last but not the least, we meet the third best friend, Noori. She says, "Hello everyone, my name is Noori. I'm also 8 years old and I love eating pizza." Can we all say hi to Noori?
Hi. Hello, Noori.
Olive, Prithvi and Noori used to go to the same school and have loads of fun. After coming back home, they would go to the park and play together. And they were very happy and they were very excited because Olive's birthday was coming up. At the same time, there was something lurking in the shadows, something that was going to change their lives forever. They had no idea what was coming up, but they were all very excited for Olive's birthday. Olive was going to turn, I wonder how many years old. Do you remember how old is Olive?
She's 8. She will turn to 9.
She will turn 9 years old. Yes, it was Olive's 9th birthday party and they were all very excited. Her parents got her all different kinds of balloons, so much confetti and a lot of party decorations. There was a big cake and so much food. All the friends came to her party and they were all enjoying and dancing. Her mother cut small pieces of cake and gave it to all the children. They had plastic spoons to eat from them, and after eating they all put it neatly in the garbage in the corners where they were supposed to, and then they all danced for hours and hours. Her best friend Noori and Prithvi also attended her birthday party. When they arrived, she was so excited. Both of them wished her, "Happy birthday, Olive!" And Olive was so happy. She said, "I am 1 year older than you now. You should call me big sister from now on." And they all laughed about it. When the party was done, everyone went back to their home. But there was so much work to do for Olive's parents. They had to clean all of the decorations. So they spent the next few hours cleaning the decorations. When they were all done, Olive's father said, "Olive beta, could you please throw this outside in the garbage?" Olive was tired, but she knew her parents have also worked hard to clean the room. So she said, "Sure, Papa, give it to me. I will go outside and throw it all away." She picked it up, although it was so heavy, but she did not want to take help because Olive has just turned 9 years old and she knew that she was strong and she could throw it. So she grabbed that heavy packet, brought it outside on the street in the dumpster and put it down. Phew, that was very heavy. I must have become so strong after turning older. No wonder I picked it up so easily. And then she was just enjoying her last few minutes of her birthday when something suddenly happened. She started feeling dizzy. Her head started spinning. And she thought, "Whoa, what is happening? Why do I feel so dizzy all of a sudden?" And before she could realize what was happening, she found herself in a very dark place. And she heard a very loud noise. She heard, "Who is there?" Is it another plastic builder? Olive was so scared. She didn't know what the voice was. Slowly, she turned back and she was face to face with the plastic monster. She screamed, "Ah! Somebody help me!" The plastic monster was laughing. Ha ha ha! It is another plastic builder. Olive was scared and she wanted to run away, but she didn't know where to go. Just then, she heard a kind voice calling her out. She said, "Olive, don't be scared. Follow my voice. I will save you." Olive trusted that voice and she slowly followed it outside to to a very green and happy place. Now she was out of the danger. She did not know who it was, but she was in a completely new place, so she was still nervous. And she said, "Who are you? And what was that?" And the cow, who has a very gentle feature on her face and a very wise voice, she said, "I am Gia. What you saw was the inside of my stomach." Olive was shocked. Inside of a cow's stomach? How could I be inside a cow's stomach? That's not possible. But what was that inside his stomach? And Gia said, "Yes, that was inside my stomach. I brought you here to see that. And the thing that you saw inside me, inside my stomach, was a dangerous plastic monster." Olive was surprised. So Gia continued, "This plastic monster is the one that you have been building, Olive. You have created this and you are making him stronger." Olive was shocked. "Me? But how? How am I making this monster? I would never do that to you, Gia." "But how am I responsible?" Gia said, "Let me explain. Just now when you were throwing all the plastic, you gathered all of the food from your party and you put it in a big plastic. So when you throw away all the plastic, food and kitchen waste in a big bag, we poor cows and other animals, we don't have fingers. So we smell the food, we are very, very hungry and starving. And we can only find food in the dumpster or in the garbage. And when we go there, we cannot open the plastic with our hooves. So we end up eating all of the plastic. The more plastic you throw away, the stronger the plastic monster becomes." After hearing that, Olive was so sad. She had no idea she was causing all of this harm to the animals. And she started crying. She said, "I'm so sorry, Gia. I didn't know that this was happening. How can I help?" And the moment Olive said that, something happened on the other side. The plastic monster started feeling weird. He started feeling weak. He thought, "Oh no, what is happening to me? I seem to be becoming weak." Gia said, "Let me tell you how you can help and defeat the plastic monster. You can refuse and reduce your plastic waste from now onwards, Olive. And you can do it so by stop using single-use plastic. Single-use plastic is something you can only use for one time. For example, if you go to get groceries, you get it in a plastic, and after that you may throw it away in the dustbin with all of the other garbage. And then there are plastic spoons and straws and all the decorations used in the party. Not to mention all the balloons and the cigarette butts. All of this, they stay and they hurt us. They all come to the dumpster and we eat it. So if you stop using that, instead you can use eco-friendly things. For example, maybe you can use a cloth bag. You can refuse the vendor or wherever you get any plastic from. You can tell them, "I don't want to use plastic. From now on, I'm going to use eco-friendly bags. Gia, I promise to refuse and reduce my plastic waste from today. I promise to help all the animals I can And not only that, I will go and tell everyone about it so that we all can defeat the plastic monster. Jia was very happy to hear that. She realized that she has chosen a very kind and compassionate child to give the message. She said, "That's great, Olive. From now on, you have become a green warrior. Congratulations!" And Jia, sent Olive back to her home. Olive came back and told everything to her parents. She explained what has happened, how she found the plastic monster in Jia's stomach, and how all the other animals are also suffering from it. She said, "Mama, Papa, we will stop using plastic from today onwards." Her mama and papa were also very kind and compassionate humans. They felt bad that all this time they have been using so much plastic and hurting all of these animals. So they also said, "Yes, Olive, you are very right. We will defeat the plastic monster one day." And the plastic monster started feeling more weak. But you know what? He was still very happy. He said, "I am feeling so weak today, but that does not matter. The others will make me strong." What do you all think? Do you think Olive has defeated the plastic monster?
Let's go. Let's dive into the next chapter and see whether the plastic monster has been defeated or he's still there. Are you guys ready?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I am ready. Could you all please mute yourself? Thank you. Prithvi has just learned about the school picnic to the beach. He was brimming with excitement, and as soon as school bus stopped, he sprinted home, eager to share the big news. Mama, I am excited for tomorrow. Please pack a lot of snacks for me. Mama says, "Calm down, Prithvi. I have already packed your favorites. Chips, biscuits, some chocolates, juice and a water bottle for you and your friends to share." Before going to bed, Prithvi set an alarm, wished his mom good night and went to sleep early, all set for the adventure ahead. Next morning, Prithvi met his friends at school. As soon as bus arrived, he called out to his best friends Noori and Olive. "Come on, girls, let's go and have a blast." Olive laughed. "Relax, Prithvi. We have the whole day ahead of us." When they reached the beach, they played volleyball, football, and after running around, they sat down on the sand to enjoy their snacks. Feeling refreshed, Prithvi decided to run into the water. But just as he was about to toss his empty plastic bottle onto the beach, Olive stopped him. "Prithvi, let's find a bin to throw it away properly," Olive suggested. Prithvi said, Never mind, Olive. Let's just leave it here and go." He threw the bottle on the sand and rushed towards the waves. But as soon as he stepped into the water, he felt strange. He was not feeling well. Suddenly dizziness took over him. "Whoa! What's happening to me? Why do I feel dizzy?" Before he could even think or react, everything around him changed. In a blink, he was no longer on the beach. He was underwater. As Prithvi struggled to understand what was happening, a deep, grumbling voice echoed around him. "Who dared to enter my water? Who is there? Another plastic builder?" Prithvi turned and gasped. In horror, a monstrous creature made entirely of plastic waste loomed over him. When he saw around, sea animals were trapped. Fear gripped Prithvi and he screamed, "Ah, somebody please help me, get me out of here." Just then, a kind and gentle voice called out, "Prithvi, swim towards me." Mustering all his strength, Prithvi swam towards the house. suddenly found himself back on a beach. In front of him stood a wise looking turtle. Turtle says, "Hi Prithvi." Prithvi was confused. He was in a shock. He says, "Oh my god, you know my name?" The turtle nodded. "Yes, I do." Prithvi, still confused, asked, "Who are you? And what was that?" I am
Please mute yourselves, everyone.
I am Toby, the turtle said. And what you saw was a plastic monster under the water. And you have been building that monster. Prithvi gasped in shock. He couldn't understand how he was responsible for a plastic monster, that too underwater. He hadn't done anything, had he? Confused, he exclaimed, "Oh my god, me? How?" Toby continued, "Every time you throw away plastic items like wrappers, straws, plastic bottles, plastic cans, they are not disposed of properly and ended up in river and ocean. Due to this, my friends and I sometimes mistake plastic bags for food and eat them. It gets stuck in our stomach, affect our digestive system, and even kill us. Other time, these plastic wrap around our body and making it hard for us to swim and breathe. And do you know the worst part? The more plastic you throw carelessly away, the stronger the plastic monster becomes." After listening to Toby, Prithvi felt guilty. His eyes were filled with tears. He says, "Toby, I had no idea. I never meant to hurt you or your friends. How can I fix this? What can I do to help you?" At that moment, the monster underwater started feeling small and weak. He grumbled, "Oh no, what is happening to me?" On the beach, Toby was happy to know that Prithvi now knows his fault and wants to make a change. Toby smiled and says, "Let me tell you how you can help us and defeat the plastic monster. Eco-friendly and reusable items. Stop using the single-use plastic." Now, single-use plastic is a plastic which can be used only once and then you throw it. Instead of using a single-use plastic, carry a usable. Instead of using single-use plastic, use reusable items. For example, instead of using a plastic water bottle, you can use a steel, metal, or a glass water bottle. In this way, you don't need to throw the plastic bottle. You don't have to throw the plastic bottle, and you can use the reusable water more than once. You can also use, instead of using straws, plastic straws, you can use steel straws. But at the same time, Prithvi understood the importance of avoiding the single-use plastic and switching to reusable water bottles. However, a question lingered in his mind, and he asked Toby, "But Toby, what should I do with the plastic bottle I already have?" Toby thought that Prithvi wasn't just willing to change, but was also a curious boy. Smilingly, he says, "Good question, Prithvi. You can always repurpose them. You can always repurpose them by making decorative items from them or growing a plant in it. Toby, I promise to reuse and repurpose my plastic waste from today." Toby thought Prithvi has now known his job. He is a kind and compassionate child and says, "Congratulations, Prithvi, you have become a green warrior." The monster was feeling sick. He was feeling weak. I am feeling so weak today, but I'm not going away yet. Ha ha ha. The monster promised to come back to defeat the green warriors. But what do you all think? Have we defeated the plastic
You
monster?
all are right. One day, Noori was sitting in her house and on a Sunday, and she was thinking about how Prithvi and Olive are so brave. She was
Oh, that's so
recounted
good.
all the story that she has heard about them, how they were brave in the face of a dangerous monster, and how they were kind enough to help the animals like Gia and Toby, and they are taking care of Earth and the ocean. And she thought to herself, Oliver and Prithvi are so brave. They defeated the plastic monster. He's never gonna come back. She got up to place her doll on the corner, and just then she started feeling dizzy. She thought, but wait, why do I feel so dizzy? What is happening to me? And before she could realize what was happening, she heard a dangerous voice. And it says, I am not gone yet. She turned and she saw she was standing in a pile of huge plastic. When she turned around, she saw it was the plastic monster. And she says, oh no, plastic monster. I thought you were defeated. Olive and Prithvi had defeated you. How come you came back? And the plastic monster says, ha ha ha, I am still here. It takes 500 years to decompose plastic. I might be weak, but I will always be here. You little children can never defeat me. Ha ha ha. Then Nori thought to herself, oh, we have used all 4 R's. We used refuse, we reduced, we reused and repurposed. But how come the plastic monster isn't gone yet? How come there is still so much plastic left in here? What are we missing? Then as as that thought came to her head, the solution also popped in. We're missing the 5th R. I wonder what does it stand for? Do you all know what does the 5th R stand for?
Some recycle.
Recycle, which means when you have used a plastic, then you can send it over to someone who will turn that plastic into something else and use it again, converting the materials into new products when they cannot be reused. And as the answer quickly came, Noori said, you will have to segregate your plastic waste and hand it over to the scrap collector. Now, plastics are of 2 types. There is soft plastic and there is hard plastic. Soft plastic is something like your milk container. The milk comes in plastic. That's a soft plastic, or sometimes even food comes in soft plastic. Soft plastic is something that cannot be recycled or reused or cannot be done with anything. So you must use the 4 R's. But for the hard plastic, you can hand it over to your scrap collector. They will segregate it and use it accordingly. Now there are plastic bottles which are also made up of recyclable material. So you have to make sure that you're using eco-friendly material. So you have to divide all of your waste and hand it over to the scrap collector. But at the same time, Noori also remember the important information that she has learned, that if you have to recycle your plastic container that contain food, you have to make sure that you have cleaned it completely, otherwise they cannot be recycled. And did you know that only 10% of plastic in all of India is recycled? 90% of it is just left here and there, which cause a lot of plastic pollution. And moreover, the soft plastic cannot be recycled. So you have to make sure that you use the 4 R's. When Noori remembered all of that, she realized she can defeat the plastic monster. Plastic monster was scared. He gasped and said, oh no, the girl has found out my secret. I am becoming smaller. But no worries, these children who are listening to the stories right now, they will never be green warriors. They will never follow the 5 R's. Never ever. Ha ha ha.
Hey, A? Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
You guys were right. It is C. It's refuse, it's reduce, it's reuse, it's repurpose, and it's recycle. Oh, no! What's happening? No! Stop right there! The monster grumbles. So, do you want to defeat the monster totally?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
So let's get to the next
No,
question.
ma'am.
How long does it take for a plastic bottle to decompose in nature? Very nice. Let's get into the next question. Which type of plastic cannot be recycled easily? Now here,
Ma'am, it is PET bottles.
first,
That's correct.
okay.
It's a single-use soft plastic. I am the great monster. I will not stop here. You cannot destroy me, children. Stop right now. Stop giving right answers. Give all the wrong answers. Do you want to give all wrong answers?
No, ma'am.
To give all right answers.
Ma'am.
Okay. So let's defeat the monster with this question, alright? What happens to the most of the plastic waste in the world?
Plastic waste goes in the landfills, rivers, or ocean. After you have given all the right answers, the monster says, I will be back soon. You cannot defeat me.